ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. If up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
It's 3rd down and 6.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Back, come on. Hey, my 7.
Not here. Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Jones has it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ready? Blue waiting. Right there, 54 miles. Hey, I'm coming.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A toss to Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are. You know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant. They run with Abdullah. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Ready? Black 25 behind. You.
On third down, Winston. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
He's coming. Hey, black.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Check 26. Check 4.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
258. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Kill. Turn up.
Back north.
Kill. Turn up.
Check 50. Check 50.
Hey, watch it.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Check. Watch 54. Quit talking about it.
26.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
6 man. Check curls.
Hey, Mike.
You got tight right there.
Hey, check 26. 259.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 88. Right left.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Scan 300.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, it's back around and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them, and they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking and picked up a touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do?
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Tighten up.
Kelly. Don't let Kelly. Over. Flip again.
Rodgers now to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey, 5-0.
Check.
Let's go.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Winston. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run the counter. It's Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught by Treadwell. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Cook on the toss left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. On 2nd and 12, Winston nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Winston. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Check 24.
Loco over here.
Joker.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Watch the ship.
Now Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Jones. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
They come out here in the eye. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, it's Cook, and he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. From the shotgun, it's Winston. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Rashawn Gary, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Jameis to throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Zadarius Smith. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. 75 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They run. Abdullah. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amir Abdullah. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Go to 50.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
This is fielded at the 27. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
We go even.
Again, it's Cook. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the whip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. On the run, Abdullah. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The 2nd down run for Abdullah. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Hey, let's get it for Bang, 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 hot. Let's go.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes there's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Safe. Undercross.
On play action, now Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Pick it up. Switch. Come on. Pick the edge. Come.
On play action, Rodgers. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A 3rd down gain of 19. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Hey, zoom.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just about on his own goal line. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, alert 3. Check 13. Check 13.
They run it again with Cook. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
To try again after the sack, Rodgers. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Jones. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Packers! Davante Adams. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers get a score closer. Point after here coming up. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready. Black 25. 54 Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Watch that.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
Safety screen. Even. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Shit. Switch. Hey.
From the gun, it's again to Cook. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
You ready.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Black 22.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Coming to you. Check it out, Reed. Hey. 5 on the 50.
On 2nd down, Cook. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's our time. Let's convert. Check 52.
On 3rd down, it's Cook. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this.